CBS 13 News at 11.
People started piling into the back of me, and they just kept pushing me forward.
Highway havoc. More than 70 cars collide after a pileup and a string of chain reaction crashes on I-95. The crashes left drivers trapped and more than a dozen people hurt, including a pregnant woman.
Yeah, one person even had a heart attack after the crash. This all happened around 7:30 this morning during some whiteout conditions. It happened near the Carmel-Etna line, about halfway between Skowhegan and Bangor. State police say it started with one call about a car that slid off the roadway. Then that caller watched as one vehicle after another crashed, including tractor-trailer trucks, even a school bus.
CBS 13's Jennifer Long is following how victims are doing tonight.
Considering how many cars were involved in this massive pileup, officials say it's amazing. Only 17 people were injured. 11 of them were taken to Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, all of them with non-life-threatening injuries.
It's amazing. I mean, totally crashed straight in and no fatalities. It's a miracle.
A miracle after this mangled mess of metal. More than 70 vehicles tangled up in a series of chain reaction pileups in Etna and Carmel. We talked to drivers just inches from death, grateful they made it out.
This is the worst accident I've ever seen.
Wayne Trafton was heading to work when he drove up on one of the wrecks.
There was a minivan sideways in the road, tried to avoid it. I hit it. Then another vehicle come in beside me.
He says he couldn't see in front of him and the roads were more like glass than pavement.
When I got out of the vehicle, I had to climb out through the window, get onto the ground. The road was like a bottle.
It was probably the most horrendous scene I have seen.
Mark Gifford was caught in the pileup. He described what he saw.
And I come to a stop, and just as I came to a stop, a woman came around and slid in front of me, and an 18-wheeler went flying by us on the inside and slammed into all those cars that were stopped, and then people started piling into the back of me, and they just kept pushing me forward.
Holy cow.
When police found this car, it was pinned under a school bus. The bus crashed every inch of the Chevy Cavalier, except for the driver's seat.
And this car was actually jammed in between two other cars at the time when we got here, with a gentleman in it.
Crews got the man out without a scratch.
The fact that somebody walks out of the car, if you could have seen what I saw when I got here, it amazes me that he actually got out and walked away.
Some people we spoke to who were involved in this crash say they feel lucky to be alive, and doctors agree. They said when they heard about the crash, they were expecting injuries much worse than what they saw today. In Bangor, Jennifer Long for CBS 13 News.
That crash left a pickup folded in half, as you see here. It's one of dozens of crumpled vehicles sitting at a towing company's parking lot tonight. Bouchard and Sons Towing looks more like a junkyard. According to our media partners at the Bangor Daily News, the company hauled off about 20 to 30 vehicles this morning.
On a typical day, I mean, maybe we'll pull about 3 or 4 trucks. I mean, nothing too crazy, but I mean, this is my father, Wayne. He said out of 25 years, he said he's never seen anything like this. This is just like a scene from a TV show.
Bouchard and Sons Towing wrote on Facebook that media outlets from around the country have contacted them looking for photos and videos, writing, quote, "Bouchard's is going national."